This week's episode is brought to you by Body Scare. All natural body care products so good, they're scary.
What's going on?
Hello and welcome back to an all-new Zombie Horde podcast, where me, Chucky the Rad, Patty Lee Ray, and Michelle of the Dead go live weekly. Oh, and look who's decided to... Well, why don't you introduce your lady friend, Patty Lee Ray?
I have Tiffany with me. She heard that we were going to be talking shit about Chucky, and she couldn't pass the opportunity up. She's like, "Oh, I want to talk about that guy."
She looks very festive.
Yes, she got into the holiday season this year and put a hat on.
I like it.
Hey, like David Pratt in the house.
In the house.
Get the comments. South Carolina in the house. He's normally Tennessee in the house, but apparently he's in South Carolina currently.
Oh,
Michelle, show us the throne.
Oh, yes.
You look super comfy right now.
Well, that's because I'm sitting on a brand new throne. It's vintage, probably from the early 1900s, late 1800s, something like that. It has been refurbished by my darling hubby and then redone in red velvet.
Gorgeous.
Yes, look at all that. And wood.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
I like.
Wow, it's so beautiful.
Speaking of beautiful,
how come we don't all have thrones?
Melissa,
I don't know. This is my first one though. I'm really, really happy with it because it's so I can like curl up in it, and I can like be silly in it, or I can be like
I don't even know what's
serious.
happening right
now. Well, Melissa
anyway.
says, "Hey y'all, I've missed your
what's up? Hey everybody."
We got a "What's up, guys" from a Facebook
from a mystery Facebook user.
Oh, that's
Massachusetts in the house.
Okay. I wonder if that's the same Facebook user as the "What's up, guys" Facebook user.
What up from Zach McCoy.
You know, you got that new throne, and now you're starting to like be like detective-y too. You're putting puzzle pieces together.
I mean, it comes with a free brain, as you know. So now I've got a little extra on the side.
Have no fear. Winsky is here.
Oh,
says
it's Russ.
Oh God,
here, girl.
So Russ Diver.
Derek's going to be sending me hate mail tonight. I'm pretty sure a lot of my opinions on this topic tonight are not going to be fan favorites.
I mean, you never know. Yes, totally. I was thinking more like spooky pictures in the chair, like maybe like more like Morticia Addams style, or, Elvira, because Elvira's got the couch. I got a chair.
Yeah,
it's a chair.
Got a doll.
Yeah.
Angela dialed in and she says, "Hey, this is Angela, by the way."
Yay!
Michelle,
your name's showing up.
You're a psychic because whoever Facebook user has been on the show. If that's Massachusetts, that's got to be what's her name that was in Ted, right? She was from Massachusetts. Bring it on, buddy. That goes towards you, Patty.
Hey, Derek, did you get your package yet?
We'll have to wait to find out. But shit, not Facebook user anymore. Russ Stiver is Facebook user.
Stiver. It rhymes with Holy Diver. Remember, we had a whole song.
Well, as you can tell from the pictures down below, tonight we are going to get into the Child's Play franchise and dissect the killer doll. Yeah, there was no mail today, so probably not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know what though? I worked today.
Post office doesn't work.
I worked today and I made double time.
Hey.
Because they considered it a holiday. So it was a good day.
Well, since I got you all here, let's talk about the 1988 movie Child's Play. And
1988. The year I began high school.
I was 11 years old.
Oh, wait, what?
8 plus 3. I was 11 too. Also,
Wait, were you guys both born in 77?
I was in
I was.
October.
Oh.
Or 1907. What did you guys? So I mean, we'll start with Patty Lee Ray because he's sitting there with Tiffany on his lap.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, so what's up there? What's up with that? Who's your friend?
Let's hear
Who's
your
your friend? Oh, you wanna? I was 3. That makes me feel really old, Angela.
I'm married to her. What is it? Come on.
Vlad, you asked me a question, I think. What was that question?
Yeah, like, kind of tell us about, I mean, obviously you're a Child's Play fan. You got Tiffany on your lap. So tell us a little bit about, like, what you like about it. Let's get into the first one a little bit and discuss old Patty Lee Ray and Tiffany.
Yeah. I love the entire franchise. So we'll start with 1988, just Child's Play. A lot of people hate on Child's Play because they're like, "Oh, it's just a doll. I would kick it," and blah 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 blah.
I would kick it.
Like, whatever. No, you won't. It's killing you. My main argument to that is it's a movie. Shut up.
Right.
I don't care if you would kick it. It's a movie. Enjoy it. Just have fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really liked the whole, the whole voodoo aspect. Brad Dourif's character, Charles Lee Ray, transporting his soul into what was essentially a Cabbage Patch doll back in the day, or a My Buddy. It's like a cross between like Cabbage Patch and like the My Buddy. And
did you have a My Buddy?
I did not. I should have.
Remember the theme song?
Yeah, I don't sing though, so I won't sing it for you.
Yeah, and then they came out with Kid Sister.
Yeah, Kid Sister. Yeah, Kid Sister was cool.
I think I had the My Little Monster. It was like this little blue dude with like a green.
Yeah, was that with the handcuffs or the
yeah.
Yeah, that thing was cool too. The 80s had a bunch of rad stuff, including Child's Play. I don't know. I just enjoyed it. I loved the fact that, I love things about toys coming to life. Like I loved the show or the movie or the story, whatever you want to call it, like Indian in the Cupboard, when you put the little toys in the cupboard and they came to life. I love Toy Story. I just love.
Did you like the movie Dolls?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Puppet Master. I love all those movies about just like killer toys. And even, I mean, I talked about it on the Christmas episode, Silent Night, Deadly Night 5. It's about killer toys. And I just love it. So Child's Play sits in there with me about that. And just this supernatural, like super strong. I don't care what you people say. He would kill you. You're not just going to kick him. He's super strong.
I don't care what you say. You're not going to kick him.
Super strong doll, just killing the shit out of people. And he gets funny over time, right? He's pretty comical too.
Yeah, in the first one.
Well, he's so tired of being in that body. You got to find some sort of sick humor and able to cope,
Yeah,
right.
In the first one, I think he had literally like one line, and it wasn't until about part 3 where he was really hitting zingers with every kill.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he had a couple zingers in 2, if I remember right. 2 is my least watched one, which is weird. Like it's like I watch one and see to Chucky the most. That's where Derek's probably going to send the hate mail because I'm sure you probably hate Seed of Chucky.
He's going to send you a glitter bomb, dude.
Well, the funny thing is actually part 2 is considered one of the best remakes in horror franchise history of all the franchises. But a lot of people think it's a lot even better than the original. And they tend to side with part 2 over part 1.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I like part 2. I like them all. Like I literally like them all, even the TV show. But one will always sit in my heart as the number 1.
Right.
And I don't know why 2's my lead. I don't hate 2. It's a good movie. It's just
that's got to be Derek's lady, Facebook user.
Wait, what did that say?
Sorry, my fingers are too twitchy.
That's his.
Oh,
that's his lady.
God. Wait, no, That's like mark this day on the calendar. Derek and I agree on something.
Screenshot that. Somebody screenshot that. We can actually go back in the comments.
I was literally prepared to receive hate mail tonight from him because of my thoughts on Seed of Chucky.
Well, he's gaming right now.
But he loves it. Okay. I can end this podcast right now. I'm done.
No.
Really over. So I did let Derek know he was in search of us, Bill Mosley. So I told him to get a hold of you.
Yeah. I got some sitting back here.
Got it. So I mentioned that to him the other night. But back to Chucky and the Child's Play. Michelle, tell me about Child's Play 1. Have you seen it? Did you do your homework? Let's go.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't do any homework because I was just really, really busy this week. It was a holiday week and I have to go to 9 different places. And
I got you. But have you seen Child's Play?
I've seen Child's Play, the first one and the second one. It was a long time ago. It was probably, last time was probably, I don't know, sometime in the early 2000s. So I can't really say, I mean, yeah, creepy dolls are, I mean, I freaking collect creepy dolls. You haven't been over yet, but there's creepy dolls and clowns like literally everywhere in this house.
Right.
So yeah, I love the concept. I didn't hate the movies. I wouldn't call them one of my super, super favorite franchises. It just because I just wasn't as interested in like just going and seeking it out and watching it. I was just like,
right.
It was like about it.
But
if it's on, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I've never gone to the theater to see a Child's Play movie.
Yeah,
to be honest.
yeah.
But,
so I'm really not the best person to ask. I think this show is Patty Lee Ray's show tonight. Yeah.
One of the
ratings are gonna plummet.
No, they're not. You look great.
One of the things
your beauty alone
really liked about the original Child's Play was Tom Holland, not Spider-Man Tom Holland, the director Tom Holland, really laid out the groundwork for the storyline. And one of the things you'll find about Child's Play, the franchise, is it's one of the only franchises in horror that maintains the same storyline throughout. A lot of times, like Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they jump around in different timelines, whereas Child's Play has been pretty consistent from beginning to end.
Yeah, even the new TV show is related.
It's like streamlined
to
like that?
Right.
TV series.
Right. And so that's one of the things I've always really appreciated about it. But in part 1, I thought it was cool too because, you know, not only do you get Brad Dourif, but also the guy from Fright Night who also voices Jack Skellington.
Oh, yeah. What's his butt? Why can't I think of his name right now?
Yeah, he plays. Sorry, my dog's being loud.
It's okay.
Tiffany agrees.
I'm trying to remember his name. But yeah, he played. I'm sure somebody will hear and tell us here in a second. But the opening scene was a little funny to me, like for not being a comedy for the original Child's Play. The whole scene where Brad Dourif's Charles Lee Ray's dying. He's like, "I'll get you if it's the last thing you know what I mean?" Like,
yeah,
that was a pretty comical lead in. But one of the things I liked about the original Child's Play was just the groundwork laid in the storyline, because right from the beginning you knew what the whole franchise was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the first 2 minutes of that intro. And so I've always really appreciated that about Child's Play. But the original one too, like didn't like Chucky didn't have that like overbearing kind of like he had the laugh and everything, but he wasn't like as like one-liner with it, and so it did set up a more of a scariness to the doll. You know, yeah, you put a box on it and put a rock on it, whatever. There's a million ways to defeat Chucky, but it's a movie.
No, there's not.
But a lot of like really interesting kills came out of the Child's Play franchise. That's one of the things I've always appreciated about the franchise itself is you don't get the normal, you know, axe or machete or chainsaw.
Right, you get original kills.
Right, right.
Yeah.
But so that's kind of like where I don't remember what year it was that I remember getting in the Child's Play or watching it for the first time. I'm sure it was shortly after the first one came out. But I believe if I remember correctly, I'm going to double check my notes rock quick. Yeah, they did a pretty quick turnaround on that one, and I think within 2 years they had part 2, and with a year after that they had part 3 out.
Yeah, the original 3 were quick turnarounds. They came out within a year and a half of each other.
Right. Oh, the other thing about the franchise too, which I think is lent to it being a more cohesive and consistent storyline, is it's been the same people making it through all the movies and the TV show.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah,
that does make a difference.
I mean, we have with Halloween, you have the Cod brothers and family all connected to that, and that storyline's all over the place. There's like 3 different storylines. So even sometimes keeping the same people connected to a storyline
doesn't necessarily
fuckery happens. But yeah, Child's Play is consistent. It literally, like you said, has the same story from 1 all the way up to the new TV series that's coming out. The only difference is the reboot, right? But that doesn't count because it's its own storyline.
So it's very linear.
Isn't that one too? Isn't that one the one that what the hell is his name? The dude Mark Hamill, doesn't he voice Chucky in that one?
Yeah, he does. And that's I love Mark Hamill.
Dude, Mark Hamill's a gem.
Oh yeah. His voice acting is so good. Yeah, he voices Chucky in that in the reboot. It's about the only thing from the reboot that I actually liked was Mark Hamill's voice acting.
And this is going to kind of lead into the next thing I was going to say that about this franchise is John Waters actually acted in one of them, and I believe it was Seed of Chucky.
Yeah,
that he was in, and so I really appreciated that. But one of the things about this franchise too is, out of all the horror franchises, it's been the most accepting of like gay and trans and like alternative lifestyles. Like they actually promote it. Chucky even proudly says that his son's his kid's non-binary, and you know what I mean. Like, so this has been the one franchise that's actually tackled that and been very accepting of it.
Oh yeah, and I love. That's one of the reasons I love Seed of Chucky so much is for what you just brought up. Oh no, we lost Vlad.
Oh, quick, talk about him.
Vlad, where did you go?
Vlad the something bad that rhymes with
Weaver.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. Seed of Chucky. They dive into the Ed Wood, Glenn or Glenda stuff with Chucky and Tiffany's. Chucky wants to call him Glenn, and Tiffany wants to call her Glenda. So there's like gender fluidness in that movie, and it, like Vlad was saying, it really is. Thank you, Angela, for the update. It really is a really like LGBTQ friendly franchise. Always has been, always will be, probably.
Good.
Yes.
Need more of that.
Very good.
Yes.
Let's do some Charles Lee Ray voodoo and get Vlad back on the screen.
Oh yeah. He must be using his Wi-Fi.
Oh, Vlad, I'm on Wi-Fi and I didn't go anywhere.
I know I am also on Wi-Fi, but he always blames like the lag and the cutting out on like you should be hardwired in, and he's right.
Yeah,
but I don't have a hardwire in here. I don't think anywhere.
I don't even know what a hardwire is.
It's when you plug it directly into the wall.
I know. I'm just joking.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gullible. Leave me alone.
It's the new chair. So what's your favorite?
It's just add brains, not subtract.
What's your favorite Child's Play movie?
I don't know because I haven't seen them all. So
which ones have you seen?
So the first 2.
That's it?
And it was a really long time ago. Yeah.
Have you watched the new TV show?
I haven't.
Oh my God.
I know. I've been so busy. I need to though, because everybody who's seen it that I've talked to says it's awesome and they love it.
Oh yeah. Fiona Dorff plays a young Charles Lee Ray in it and does a fantastic job. Plays a young her dad. It's actually kind of weird. But she looks just fucking like him. It's like, oh my God, you look just like your dad from the 1988 movie. It's insane how canny it is. Or uncanny. I don't know how that word goes.
Uncanny.
Yeah.
How many episodes are there in that?
So there's 2 seasons. I actually haven't seen the second season yet. I'm waiting for it to come on to Peacock, I think,
Okay.
because it's normally that one. So I haven't seen season 2 yet. Season 1 has like 8 episodes, and they're so good. I was kind of skeptical of it at first because it was a sci-fi release, and so
Yeah.
oh my god, sci-fi! They're
And
pretty.
plus, a lot of times things are ruined when they turn into a series. They just ruin it.
Yeah, and I didn't know if it was going to air on sci-fi, and Child's Play is known for its gore and its profanity. It's kind of what makes Chucky blood in his dirty mouth.
Pretty much.
So
yeah.
I was like, man, this is going to be on a TV show. I don't know if PG-13 Chucky's going to cut it, but it's.
So is it PG-13 on the show?
I don't think so, because it's
pretty. So is he swearing and?
Yeah, it's pretty gory and he cusses,
and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if it's after a certain time on certain channels, I think they can air certain things.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like after 10 o'clock or something.
Yeah, I think something like that.
They probably just bleeped it for sci-fi and then just unedited it for Peacock when it airs. And I think that's where it's on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm super excited to watch the second season. I haven't seen it yet.
So is it better than the movies or just different or not different?
No, it's not different at all. It's pretty on par with the movies. It's not better. It's just as good. Yeah.
So is it like having more movies then? It's like, I just get to watch a new one every week.
It kind of does, because it gives you some backstory on it gives you backstory throughout the movies. So season 2 is going to introduce Glenn and Glenda into the show. So they're bringing their child into the show. And I say gonna like it hasn't aired yet. I'm just behind the times and haven't watched it yet. So it did introduce that, and it goes into the backstory of Charles Lee Ray a little bit more, and it goes into some more backstory of Tiffany. So it does a good job of continuing the story and pushing it forward while also filling in some of the plot holes and gaps that the movies had in the past.
Cool.
Yeah. Right on. Pretty dope. I dig it.
Nice. I guess I'll have to check it out then. I don't usually watch a whole lot of TV. I just haven't made any time to do so.
You know what? That is okay. That is okay.
I know I came in tonight going, oh man, I didn't do my homework. I'm just going to just tell them I just
failed. Tiffany fails you. You failed your exam.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right, you got a cool new throne.
That's okay. Yes, I do have a cool new throne. It's so roomy and so squishy. Also, it's got a really good cushion.
Oh, that's
the foam is thick.
That way, when the podcast goes over time, you won't get uncomfortable.
Yeah. Hey, Lynette Rip is here. She is on our team. She's one of our new teammates for Crypticon.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. So here we go.
Season 2 was good. My daughter already blinding a bit for. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm excited to watch season 2.
Nice.
So what is everybody's favorite Chucky line or movie? Let's get some crowd participation. Or
for sure.
Vlad the Rad to come back.
Yeah, exactly. And while we're waiting for people to answer, what are your favorites?
Oh, I don't have a favorite.
Okay. You could just spew out like 20 of them.
My favorite line is actually Andy Barclay from 1988, the original film. Through that whole movie, Chucky's always like friends to the end, friends to the end, friends to the end. And at the very end of 1988, original Child's Play, Andy Barclay has Chucky stuffed in the fireplace, and he just replies with, "This is the end, friend," and then sets him on fire. I was like, that is
that's a good one.
That is cinema gold right there. Yeah. Cinema.
I remember that. Hey, look who's back.
Dude.
Internet problems. I had to
Man.
reset the router. All kinds.
Tiffany was fucking cussing you out while you were gone.
Dude.
She was cussing you out.
It happens, man. It happens. I don't run the internet, man.
Yeah, that's right, man. I lost all my power yesterday, not just internet, like everything. So life happens.
So we got
I heard that somebody vandalized like a power station in Tacoma and caused a whole bunch of power outages.
Yeah, they did 4 of them actually.
Jesus.
And they've been doing it all over the country. Apparently people are protesting the electric company and then going home to their warm houses with their electric.
Yeah, for sure. So here's a line.
This line?
Yeah, we were asking for lines. Favorite lines.
Did you guys know that there was actually so if you're familiar with like horror movies, there was the video nasties era in Europe where they were like banning all these movies and everything.
Yeah.
So apparently when Child's Play came out, they were doing this whole big thing about whether kids would react to seeing violence on TV. Would they go out and do it themselves? And so what they did was they took like a doll and they had like one adult go in there and be.
Oh no!
Vlad,
you're back.
Okay.
Wait, am I here?
You froze for a second.
Am I here?
Yep.
Kind of.
All right. Where was I at when I froze?
So they would take a doll.
Oh yeah. So they took one group of kids and the parents were being all nice to it, and then took another group of kids and they didn't talk to it, and then a third group of kids and like the parent beat up the inflatable doll. And when they let the kids in the room without the adults, the one room with the parent beating the kids went and beat that doll. And so they were going into this whole thing about video nasties, banning them all. And Child's Play was actually one of them that got banned because in Europe, there was a little girl killed someone. And when she was killing them, said something like, "Do it for Chucky" or something like that. And then there was these two boys. I swear, I watched a whole documentary on it. Then there was these 2 boys that kidnapped a little 4-year-old or something and like tortured and killed him. And the father had rented Child's Play like the week before that. And there was a lot of like kind of cross things that happened in the movie that kind of happened in the real life murder. And so I didn't know if you guys were aware of those or not.
No, I want to watch that documentary. I didn't know about that.
What's it
called? It's on YouTube. I'll have to like look it up and send it to you.
Okay.
See, Michelle, when we have a topic, I'll go on YouTube. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but you have more free time than I do.
It's true. And I do really enjoy watching documentaries.
Yes, I do too. And I wish I had more time to watch more.
So while you were gone, we dove into the TV show a little bit. And I talked about like the intermingling of the show into the movies and stuff like that. And then we talked about favorite quotes, and I gave my favorite quote from the movie. So just curious what your favorite quote from any of the Child's Play franchises. What would be your favorite quote, sir?
And it doesn't have to be out of Chucky's mouth either.
No, because mine wasn't. Mine was actually from Andy Barclay.
There was that. So there's been times that Chucky's kind of stolen lines from other horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say I think it's part 2 or 3 where he uses Freddy Krueger's "Welcome to Prime Time, bitch" line.
3. Pretty sure that's 3. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
I think it is 3 because that's the one that's in like the military school,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So that I just appreciated that the Child's Play franchise, recognized these other slashers. And I thought it was kind of, I mean, it's a little bit of a ripoff, sure, but it was kind of cool and like a play on that.
I don't consider it a ripoff. I consider it paying homage to, its fellow genre, slasher friends.
And there's also that Shining, I don't want to say ripoff, but homage too, where the mom's in the bathroom and he's stabbing through the door.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't he say like Chucky's back or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's actually, you know what? I'll take that one. Actually, I'll take that
Oh
one.
no, you're not allowed to change once you submit your answer, buddy. You hit the submit button.
All right. Well, those two are my favorite.
Yeah, okay,
Nice.
you're allowed to.
I just wanted to point out, Melissa said how much she likes Aubrey Plaza. I also really enjoy her as an actress, and I thought she was really good in the remake.
Yeah.
Although I wasn't a fan of the remake because I thought the non voodoo possession was kind of lame. But
I enjoyed the fact that they went on their own. Because a remake should be a remake, right? It shouldn't be a retelling, an exact retelling of the original. It needs to be what the current writer and director's vision is, and it needs to have ties to the original, but it needs to be its own story.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that they did that. I love the fact that they created their own timeline, their own like platform of what Chucky was going to be. But I did not like that platform. Like I didn't like the haywire AI. It just didn't sit with me. I appreciated what they did, just not my cup of tea.
Are you talking about with like the animatronics?
No, but like, well, no, the animatronics were cool, but like Chucky in that movie, he was just like he was like a toy that he wasn't
right.
voodoo. He was just a toy where somebody programmed him to go bad, basically, and it was just bad AI.
So he wasn't a possessed toy; it was just like a programmed machine.
Bad AI, which was cool, but not cool.
Well, I think the possession is
like iRobot,
like the pull into that. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing that kind of keeps you. That's the story of Chucky is the voodoo aspect of it. You know, a serial killer putting himself in the doll and then tirelessly trying to get out of it.
Yeah. You know, and when they did that remake, I was like, and I knew Brad Dourif wasn't going to be attached to Chucky. I was like, well, what the fuck's the point? And then they announced, Mark Hamill as the voice, and I was like, okay, that works. I'm on board. Like, if there's going to be one person who replaces Brad as the voice of Chucky, it's gonna be Mark Hamill. Like nobody else is allowed.
Well, I think too, though, like the transition from the first Child's Play, where they were using Ed Gale for a lot of scenes and some animatronics, and the second one they were almost all animatronics. I think there was only like a couple little parts where Ed Gale still was in there, and I was watching something where they. What's up?
No, I was gonna say that's throughout the whole franchise, where it's like 98% animatronics and 2%, little chitlins running around.
Well, it was the cool thing is when they were showing them and making part 2, they had 9 people at one point controlling different. Like one guy is controlling just the eyes. And one guy was controlling just the arms, like just the left arm, or another guy was on the right arm. And so it took 9 guys to actually make him work. But I think that when you watch the first one into the second one, you can see a vast difference on like the quality of the animatronics, because the first one, or the part 2, there was a kind of a breakthrough with the first one and animatronics between that and the second one. So the second one was a lot better for that reason. But I think by transitioning to that from part 1 to part 2 and then throughout the rest of the series, kind of saved it as a franchise. Because if they would have stuck with like a little person in a suit, like I don't think that would have lasted much longer, and they wouldn't have made as much money.
Yeah, no, the animatronics in that franchise are phenomenal. Like you said, they literally have like one person who controls the eyes, one person who controls the left arm, one person who controls the right arm, and just to think about like how in sync those people need to be, and it's insane. And I think 9 is a low number. I think there's a couple of the movies in the franchise where there's up to 15 puppeteers for Chucky. So it's insane, like how crazy it gets.
That's wild.
And they do such a good job.
Lynette says, my kid was upset at the reboot at first, but actually liked it overall. She just sees it as its own entity away from the original franchise, and that's how she could accept it. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very valid way to do it because it does veer from the voodoo storyline. That because like that's kind of what I do with Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Dude.
Ding ding ding.
Ding,
By the
ding.
way,
Segue.
let me bring up some. I tease.
Wait, no, finish your thought first. I got to hear the rest of your thought.
That's what I do with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4, The Next Generation. Because like granted, Texas Chainsaw Massacre's timeline is one of the worst in horror.
Jesus Christ, yes.
But I mean, you can sit and watch 1 through 4, and 1 through 3, you're like, okay, but then 4 is like, what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? Like it's so far away from the other 3. They all are their own entities in a way,
yeah.
but that one's like that's how I look at part 4. I'm like,
Part 4 is Next Generation, right?
Yeah, that's the one with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger.
I actually really like that movie. Oh my god. I think that movie's pretty great.
It's funny we talk about that movie because next Monday's guest, this is the big news that I was kind of
big news. Wait, drum roll.
Hey, where's your bell, Michelle? Don't you have a little bell?
Where's your bell?
Hold on. I'll go get it. Hold on.
You got to get the bell.
Look at that chair.
It's a
beautiful fabulous.
Kind of
want to give me one of those
chairs. How do me and Patty Lee Ray put in our orders?
Wait, what? What would you say?
I said, how do me and Patty Lee Ray put in our orders for chairs?
Oh, we can talk about that later.
All right. Next Monday on the Zompire Horde podcast, we're going to have a very special guest. He goes by the name of John Dugan. You'll know him as Grandpa from the 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
What?
As well as he was also in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4.
Yeah.
He was also in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. The one when Dan Yeager portrayed Leatherface, and I can't remember her name, the girl with the black hair and the blue eyes. Alexandra Daddario, that one. He's also in that one. So he will be our guest next week. You know, the reason I know John is he actually signed for one of our boxes. He is the coolest dude. He's really fun. I have his autograph, probably 2 or 3 of them on the wall. He's a really rad dude. So I'm excited. Nice. I know we've had people from Texas Chainsaw Massacre on before, but this is someone else who has a different perspective.
That's okay.
And you know what? It doesn't matter because
we can have the same people on again.
A rad person on the podcast, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is like your all-time favorite movie ever. So it just makes sense that every other week we have somebody from that franchise on the show.
I mean,
look, I've gone out of my way to befriend everyone that's ever been in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, better or worse.
No, I'm excited. There'll be somebody on camera with me that probably doesn't hate Texas Chainsaw Next Generation, so I'll be able to
I don't hate it. It's just, you know, I separate it, kind of like what Lynette was talking about with the Child's Play.
Own entity.
Michelle, because you know we always have different viewers and different watchers, we actually have a really fun Child's Play story if you want to tell it.
Me?
Yeah, you were. Well, was she there? You were there when Fiona Dorff.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there for that.
The Crypticon story.
That's right. You came late.
I wasn't there for that.
No, that was it was me, you, and my wife Tabitha that were in there for that.
There you go.
Yeah.
So for anyone who hasn't heard this story, I'll just recap it real quick because you know it's fun and it has to do with what we're talking about.
It is a good one. It's a good story.
So the 3 of us plus, you know, extras, Patty's wife, and you know, other people, other people that were working the convention with us. We were all in the VIP bar working, and Fiona Dorff comes in, and Panda, one of the bartenders, had left her pizza there. Well, Fiona, in all of her Fiona-ness, reached over a bar, grabbed the pizza, and started eating it, even though it was already pretty much all the way. Wasn't it like a
Dude, there was like 2 or 3 bites out of the pizza. So she came in. She was pretty lit, and she hadn't eaten. She hadn't eaten all day, and she just got done doing a panel. and during the panel, she was kicking them back. And so she came in and asking for food, and she saw the pizza box and went behind the bar, and I was like, oh, that belongs to somebody. And she's like, oh, okay, well, do you have anything? And so I think we gave her like an orange or something, because we didn't have any food in there at the time. It was like noon or something. I don't know. It was before all of the nighttime
meals and
happened.
festivities. Yeah.
And so she's like, she got an orange. Like, we gave her an orange or something, and she goes back on the other side of the counter and starts eating the orange. And then she literally, like, it's like something like just sparked in her head, and she like lunged over the bar counter, opened the pizza box, grabs out a half-eaten slice of pizza, and just fucking demolishes it. She just pounds the shit. And I was like, oh God, that was Panda's pizza.
Aww.
Well, the cool part was that she left, I think it was like a $5 or $10 bill. And Panda went down and actually had Fiona sign it, autograph the $5 bill.
Didn't she write on it and say the pizza was okay or something like that?
Yeah,
Thanks for the pizza. It was okay.
And she made a comment about how gross it was. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Melissa agrees with you. She also enjoys TCM4. Well, Melissa, then that means next week you'll have to come on and talk to Mr. John Dugan with us, because he was in that movie. And then Lynette, who was also at that same convention with us, says she was awesome. My kid was out sick with COVID and grabbed my phone and sent her a personal video message. I remember that from Fiona and the pizza last year. I do remember that. I feel like, Lynette, if I remember correctly, she did sent your daughter like a little video message or conference call. That was actually really cool of her.
Yeah, at no point during that story that I just told and Vlad told, were there any ill will towards her at all. She was a fantastic person.
Oh yeah,
it was just hilarious. I wasn't there, but I heard about it. It was super
funny. She is a fantastic person. She's lovely to all her fans. She's super funny. She's friendly. It was just probably one of the greatest Crypticon moments I've ever had. Just watching her lunge over the counter, just like with zero fucks to give. Just lunges over this counter, grabs this half-eaten piece of pizza. She doesn't even fucking care who ate it. She's just so hungry at that moment in time. She's like, I don't care. I'm about to eat this stranger's pizza who's drooled and slobbered all over it already. I'm just going to devour it. And I was like, oh my God.
Hey, man, the fun that happens at Crypticon, right?
Oh, yeah. The fun happens in the VIP bar, for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Unless we're playing the wrong music.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. What was going on? I got like, we'll talk about that later.
But so I'm excited. Next week we got a little Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
We also have some stuff coming up that we're planning. They're still working on dates with a few people. We don't want to really tease anything till it's set in stone.
Right.
And so next week will be John Dugan, which I'm really, really pumped about. I want to do a true crime episode soon. I feel like we haven't really I feel like it's
I mean, we're doing a true crime episode right now. I mean, Chucky, he's real. I've got Tiffany in my hands right now. This is real.
That is true. That is true. You actually do.
Chucky's real, damn it.
It makes me a little uncomfortable because I haven't seen your left arm the whole episode.
It's here.
I wish we would have pre-planned that and you could have like a little bit of brown chocolate pudding on your fingers, like it's right here.
That's gross.
Look,
you're fired.
Lack any sort of couth here at the Zompire Horde podcast. We don't have an HR department to complain to, so. Ooh, how about an unsolved murder?
Oh,
let's try to solve an unsolved murder.
Oh, dude,
we did do John Benet Ramsey, so we can't do her again.
Yeah.
What's a good unsolved murder?
I mean,
whatever happened to DB Cooper?
Who knows?
We could talk about the Black Dahlia.
Dude, Black Dahlia would be dope.
I don't know a lot about that case, though. So I would.
Angela C. Monster Rule says, excuse me, I'm Zompire HR.
Oh, God. Angela, don't fire me, please.
Well, I loved hanging out with you guys this week and talking about Child's Play.
Yeah,
we had a good time.
I like to nerd out on it. It's a fun franchise.
It really is, and I think that a lot of people in the horror community, need the blood and guts and gore, and it can't be funny, and it can't be something that doesn't make sense in their mind. You know what I mean? And I think Child's Play does all those things. Like, it's a bloody, gory, fun, good time.
Child's Play doesn't take itself seriously, and that's why it's successful.
Right.
You can't have a movie about a fucking murderous doll and take yourself
and be serious. No shit, right?
Yeah. And that's why it's successful. That's 100% why it's successful, is it doesn't take itself seriously, and they make fun fucking movies.
Yeah, they really do. Well, and they always seem to take like whatever's currently going on in the world and somehow infuse it into the movie almost seamlessly. Because like in the 90s, when like part 3 came out, it was a very like military school. Like, I was threatened with military school on multiple occasions from many guidance counselors and parents and vice principals and principals to know that was a real fucking thing.
This shit happens.
Yeah. So when I saw that in part 3, I'm like, totally viable. Now, was that a great backdrop for a Child's Play movie? Probably not. Pretty boring at a goddamn fucking military academy. But that's probably why it was the lowest grossing Child's Play movie of all time.
Did it gross lower than Seed of Chucky? Really?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, wow, crazy. I didn't know that. Because from all my conversations in the world and with horror fans, Seed of Chucky is like the most hated of all the franchise, which is why I was expecting to get hate mail today, because it's one of my favorites, like hands down. It's fucking hilarious.
That's the one where the child's born, right? Like the first one that he's in.
I'm sorry, what was that?
That Seed of Chucky's the first one that the child's in, right?
Yeah, Glenn and Glenda. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
In the new series, does Glenn and Glenda make an appearance?
So I was talking about that while you were gone. I haven't watched season 2 yet. It's out. But yeah, Glenn or Glenda make an appearance in season 2. I'm super excited to see how they wrap that character into the series, because they've done such a good job at interweaving the new storyline with the old storyline in the TV show. So I'm super excited to finally be able to sit down and watch how they tie Glenn and Glenda into the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start investing more into that TV show.
Good, it's fucking fantastic.
We're kind of in a lull.
I've heard from everybody
with things to watch.
Well, there you go.
What is that stream on? Do you know?
Peacock.
All right, I got that. Peacock! Well, with that, we're gonna go ahead and leave you guys here this week on this podcast.
What?
Horror podcast.
Nice. I like it.
Horror podcast.
Can you remind me who's coming next week?
John Dugan from the 1974 classic. I screwed that up because I meant to say Tobe Hooper classic. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
My favorite film franchise. So I better not screw this interview up.
Yeah. all hands are on deck for you next week, buddy.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I'm just gonna sit here and look pretty while you talk.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I have my whole wall.
Nice.
I already got my outfit picked out. So
I'm
good to go.
You already have your outfit picked out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't have an outfit.
Yeah.
I need an outfit.
You better get one ready.
Yeah, you need outfits?
Well,
we don't have to do outfits, but it would be cooler if you did.
It'd be cooler if you
got
did.
Texas outfits.
What did you say?
Thank you guys for tuning in. I said if you got Texas Chainsaw outfits. Thanks for tuning in to the Zombie Horror Podcast.
This week's episode is brought to you by Body Scare. All natural body care products so good, they're scary.
What's going on?